There are 3 rules that no Roman soldier can break. And the consequences are frightening. Have you ever imagined what life was like for a Roman soldier, fighting epic battles and defending the greatest empire in history? They were known for their strength and courage, but what really made them invincible were the super strict rules they had to follow every day. If a soldier broke one of these rules, the consequences could be very frightening. Each rule was so important that without them, the whole army could fall apart. But here's a secret: the last rule was the most crucial of all, and anyone who broke it was in serious trouble. So let's find out what these rules are. But before we start the video, I'd ask you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel because there are new videos about the Roman Empire every day. Rule number 1. A soldier's biggest mistake. Imagine being in a super important battle and suddenly one of the soldiers decides to run away because he's scared. That would be terrible, right? Well, the Romans knew that if one soldier abandoned his post, he would put all the others in danger. They had to rely on each other at all times. Now, here comes the curious point. If a soldier ran away, not only would he be seen as a coward, but he could be severely punished, often with death. Yes, they were really strict about that. Running away from a battle was not only a betrayal of the army, but also of the friends with whom he fought side by side. Can you imagine the pressure? The Romans believed that each soldier had an essential function, and if one ran away, the whole formation fell. It was like a chain: if one link breaks, the rest lose their strength. Now that you know what happened when a soldier ran away, we can talk about another interesting rule. 2. Lack of discipline: obey or pay dearly. Now imagine you're in an army where everyone does what they want, when they want. That would go very wrong, right? Roman soldiers knew that the only way to win battles and protect their empire was to follow orders to the letter. Discipline was the key to success. Here comes the curious detail: if a soldier decided not to obey an order, he could not only put his entire troop in danger, but also face a very harsh punishment. Sometimes he would be whipped in front of everyone, and in more serious cases, well, he could even lose his life. This may sound extreme, but the Romans had to make sure that everyone knew how important it was to follow instructions. The interesting thing is that when following orders, the soldiers moved like a perfect machine, all together, as if they were one. This blind and precise obedience is what made the Roman army so feared and victorious. 3. Unauthorized theft or looting: you took it without permission, you're in trouble. Now, think of something quite different. After a great battle, you see all those riches around you. Armor, shiny swords, maybe even some gold. Who wouldn't be tempted to take something, right? But wait a minute. The Roman soldiers couldn't just pick up whatever they wanted, even if it was there, lying on the ground. Here comes the interesting part: they could only loot, i.e. take valuables, if the general allowed it. If someone decided to be clever and took something on their own, they could face severe punishment, such as beatings, or even being expelled from the army. This was something they took very seriously, because it wasn't just about taking something valuable, it was a question of discipline and respect for authority. And you know what's even more curious? When the general gave the green light, looting was allowed and it became a real party. It was their reward for fighting bravely. But until that moment arrived, each soldier had to keep their hands off anything that wasn't their own. Can you imagine the temptation? Seeing all that and having to wait for the chief's permission. What a test of patience. After all, being a Roman soldier wasn't easy at all. They lived under strict rules, where running away from battle, disobeying orders or taking something without permission could cost you dearly, even your life. But it was precisely this fierce discipline that made them invincible. Every rule, every order followed, made them a relentless war machine, ready to take on any challenge. If they followed the rules, they were rewarded. If not, the price was high. And that's what made the Roman army go down in history as one of the most powerful in the world.